What up, smart rapper? Today we're talking about why no one's listening to your music. I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why they might not be listening to your music. I don't know where that accent came from, but I'm Rob Level, and this is smartrapper.com, and we're gonna talk right after the intro.
I see the bigger picture, the fear in their eyes from other rappers who be rapping just to tell us a lie.
Number one, a problem that may be happening with you and the reason people aren't listening to your music is your music sounds outdated. Okay, and this is where like having a good producer comes into play. That's why you always hear people talking about producers, because a real producer stays on top of a wave and then gets to the next wave without following it down. So they stay on top of things. They're always like, this is the new sound. This is what's on the radio. This is what's happening. This is where it's going next. That's a real good producer. And those people are the people who set the trend, right? They're the ones who create the waves. That's why they don't follow the wave down. They're on the top of the wave, and then they're creating that next wave while people are going down here, but then they're getting caught up in the next wave, if you get what I'm saying. That's why it's good to have a freaking amazing producer on your team to help you keep that new and relevant sound. Okay? Because if someone listens to your music and you sound like you're from the 90s or something, that's not relevant now. They're like, your music sounds outdated. It's not up to par with what it is today. Not saying you can't have that sound, but you have to mesh that sound with whatever is current today. And that combination is going to give you something unique. So, people might not be listening to your music because you sound outdated. I'd also like to point this out real quick that most people don't think about this, but it's really cool to know and pay attention to. But when you hear something on the radio, it was typically made about a year to 2 years ago. Because it took that long to get it to radio, as well as make it, how long they sat on it, and then had to promote it to get on the radio. That takes about a year and a half even. Think about that for a second, okay? So if you're trying to follow a trend because of the radio, that's not gonna help you. The new producers set the trends. That's why you gotta try to set trends instead of follow them in order to be on the front of the wave, in the front, and making people follow you. Think about that. Number two reason people might not be listening to your music is your branding sucks.
Wow.
Music is more than just music. Brands and companies are more than just what their product is. It's the story behind it. It's what makes people believe in it, and it drives it and keeps people attached to it, right? Your story is your brand, or like whatever makes you unique and sets you apart. If you just make music, cool, you make music. And those are those people that don't get to stick around very long. And you know the type of people that I'm talking about. They'll have one song and then they disappear because they had no branding or any reason for people to really stick with them to make it to keep growing and go to the next level. Like think about Jay-Z, right? His backstory, telling you his story of where he came from, how he got where he's at. Nas, a lot of rappers are like that. Think about Logic. Like Logic's fan base is highly built on the fact that he uses his backstory to propel him forward. Right? Think about any rapper that you really like. What do you like about that rapper besides their catchy music?
My name is...
Probably their branding or the way that they tell their story. It adds more emotion to their music. It's not just a guy rhyming now. Now when he's rhyming and he's saying things, you're thinking about his story and you're like, this is why he's saying this. And it adds more levels to the lines. You're not just like, oh, that was a rhyme. I can relate to that. Oh no, I can relate to that. But also, I know why he said that because this happened with him and this is his brand and this is his story. And it adds so many levels people really can attach to your music. You gotta get your story together. You gotta be telling the truth. Think about the hardest times in your life and tell people those stories, and tell people those stories in lyric form, and then tell those people those stories through brand form, through your image, go research branding. I'm not gonna go all into that, but that's a very important thing. And number three reasons why people might not be listening to your music is your music sucks, but no one's telling you. And you're like, no, it's not number three. Well, the thing is, man, is like, everybody makes songs that people don't like. The big artists, before they release an album, they'll make 100 songs and keep 10, 15 of those songs. And, you know, let's say 85 of those songs. It's not that they suck, but they weren't good enough. And these are professionals who've been making songs for 10, 15 years. They still make those types of songs. So what makes you think, if you've only been rapping for 3 to 5 years, that every one of your songs is amazing? Like, how many songs are you really making? Are you throwing away 85 songs to keep the 15, or are you just making 20, 25? Like, think about that for a second. Like, is your music actually good? Who are you asking for feedback? Your family and friends don't want to be mean to you? Come on! I remember I used to think everybody's telling me, being honest to me. Let's talk about this real quick. This is all the time. I used to think that people were always being honest with me. I thought, oh, this person would tell me. But at the same time, there's this feeling of they don't want to hurt your feelings. And they want to be honest with you, but they don't want you to feel the pain of being told that you're not good or making you not believe in yourself because they want you to feel good. They're friends in your family. And then somebody who you don't really know, they don't want to offend you because they have no reason to offend you and they don't know you well enough to want to be honest with you. I'm the same way. Somebody sent me 2 songs and I was like, hey, I just found the positives and told him that. I didn't tell him the negatives because he's my friend, and that's not, I just try to give him, you know, I want to give positive feedback. I don't want to have to get him mad at me because he doesn't understand when I'm being honest.
Okay.
But people don't want to be honest with you. because it's gonna hurt your feelings. So you need to find people who are really gonna be honest with you, and that took me a long time to find those people, okay? Additionally, when my Smart Rapper community opens up, when everything starts going, everybody who is part of the community that has a membership for Smart Rapper, you are automatically gonna be given one free Rap Tweaks episode where I review your song, and then it gets posted to the entire Smart Rapper community and on the channel, so you get your music heard, you get an honest review and feedback from me, and a whole bunch of other stuff and other benefits that come with the membership. But keep that in mind. So if you want to get an honest review from me, go check out my Rap Tweaks and see how I gave people honest feedback, right? And you can get that for yourself too. Come on! And this wasn't to plug that. This was like to let you know you need to find someone who's going to be honest. And if you can't find them, I am here and I will be honest with you, okay? So those are 3 reasons why people might not be listening to your music. But just remember, you can always get better. You can always keep pushing forward. So consider that, right? Just make sure you're continuously working on your craft and you're developing and you're learning and you're taking in what people say to help you grow. Because when I started opening my mind and being like, you know what, they may not be hating on me. Maybe they're honest. When enough people say the same thing, they may be telling you the truth. That's not a hater, okay? So take feedback, take everything with a grain of salt and try to evolve, all right? I hope this helped you. I'm Rob Level, this is smartrapper.com. Please hit me with a subscribe. Please hit me with a like and please comment. Do it. Help people out. Give them some more feedback on the things we talked about in this video. What else do you think is a reason that people might not be listening to your music? All right, guys, I'm gonna give you guys 2 more videos in the end here. Please hit me with a subscribe and I'll see you guys next time.